What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's YouTube video. This week, I figured might as well do a couple different diets throughout the fat loss phase. So I did the vertical diet, which was fun to do for a week during my bulk. And now that we're transitioned to a cut, I figured I might want to try a few different diets, or I guess kind of like, what would you call them? Like trends, I guess, going on in the fitness industry right now. And this week is gonna be zero sugar. And when I say sugar, it's gonna be zero added sugar. So I'm still gonna have fruits. That's gonna be a big part of the diet, but basically I'm gonna make sure that everything I have has zero added sugar to it. So we're heading to the store, probably Trader Joe's, maybe Kroger's as well, to pick up some food for the week and make sure that we're gonna be consuming zero sugars all week, or zero added sugars all week, and see how it affects my diet, how I feel, price points, and then just hopefully once again continue to lose some fat. So we're starting off our trip at Trader Joe's. We might go to Kroger as well, but as I mentioned, we're still having natural sugars, so we're gonna start off with some oranges, absolute favorite fruit for breakfast, so we're gonna have those. And then as far as like kind of general consensus, we do have some food at home that we actually planned out for some meals for dinner later on, and I'll show you guys and just double confirm that there's no sugar in those, or I might have to make my own. But we're gonna get fruits, vegetables, pretty much just a lot of meat and stuff like that to make sure my protein's high enough, but also keep things natural, because then they have pretty much no artificial sweet or no added sugar, which would be really simple, because the hard things to get are like these guys. Let's just take, I don't even know if this is gonna have anything, but actually, that's kind of surprising. That's actually a good thing. It include no added sugars. So there are definitely some things. Assume organic probably means no added sugars, so that's kind of a good thing too. But as I mentioned, yeah, no added sugars, but we're gonna do plenty of fruits, plenty of vegetables. And I will say, we don't have to change up my diet too much, because I'm already eating relatively healthy in the cut. But we're gonna go ahead and just make sure everything has, at least check labels today, make sure everything has zero added sugar. Second fruit, one of my favorites, the Honeycrisp apple. By far the best. I typically have one of these around, I don't know, like afternoon snack, maybe with lunch. So we're gonna do, we'll do 5. I think I have maybe 1 or 2 at home, and then Katie likes these Pink Lady. Once again, going organic, and then these are just like really small, and I feel like that's like, yeah, it's like a good sign that you know they're like organic, because they don't have like, they aren't pumped with like steroids and like genetically modified. So getting some Pink Ladies for Katie, and then Honeycrisp for myself. And Katie was just looking at this jerky, because she does like turkey jerky, and we were gonna get some. We couldn't find the chopsticks that we actually ended up ordering, but we just took a look. 12 grams of sugar. 12 grams of sugar, that's insane. And it even says like natural Trader Joe's beef jerky, smoked original. Like, it doesn't seem like it would, but then 12 grams of added sugar. So that we're staying away from this week. Another go-to fruit is bananas. We're gonna get some that are gonna be ready the next day or two, and some that might be ready by the end of the week. Because right now I've been doing about 2 bananas pre-workout. That's like my pre-workout carbs. So we're gonna get about, 3 days worth that are gonna be ready now, and then we're gonna wait for these to kind of ripen up later on. That is a pro move that I actually slowly have been learning, because I used to just buy them all the same color, and I was like, some get really bad really quickly. So get some green, get some yellow, and then be good to go for the week. Can't forget some vegetables as well. So we got our tri-colored bell peppers. Once again, like, I don't know if they don't have non-organic peppers anywhere, but it is what it is. We're gonna have one of these a day, so 6 pretty much holds me over for the week. And then of course having also some other vegetables throughout the week. That's Katie and I actually already bought for some other meals. But typically bell peppers are my go-to, and we have a bunch of carrots at home as well. So we probably won't get any more carrots here, but obviously carrots, zero sugar, and then organic, non-organic, like, I think carrot's a carrot. All right, we're gonna get some avocados too. We do already have some at home, so we're gonna get some unripe avocados. So we'll eat the ones we currently have, and we'll have these for later in the week. Personally, I've been mixing these in with ground beef, absolutely amazing. Then we might make some homemade guac later as well. So we have these. I think we have, do we have tomatoes and stuff for the homemade guac?
I don't ever put tomatoes in my homemade guac.
You don't?
Do you want them?
I mean, not if you don't want them, but I feel like that's like, it's normally avocado, guac, jalapeno. I said avocado guac. And it's avocado, tomatoes, salt, pepper, jalapenos. But I'll roll with I'll roll with yours.
Okay, great.
I'll roll with yours. And I don't think they can hear you, but yeah. We do already have some ground beef at home. Also, I'm gonna go to Kroger, because we found some ground bison, which they don't have here, unfortunately. But we're gonna go with just 2 pounds of ground beef, 85.15, a little bit fattier. It is a little bit cheaper, but also it's where I get most of my fats from, as far as red meats and eggs. So pretty much simple. Also can confirm, just for everyone to know.
It's where it's at for like
Zero sugars, so we're in the clear there. Forgot I was filming for a little bit, but we picked up a few more things. This is the first thing I kind of was skeptical about, but we've got some cheese sticks. These are just part skim cheese sticks, and then total sugars.
Whoa, there we go.
Zero sugars there, so we got some cheese sticks. We also got some raw cheese right there, nice and simple. And then this was the kind of the first thing I was actually kind of worried about is the bread, because I feel like every bread, we'll actually show you guys at Kroger, every single bread has some sort of added sugar to it, or the vast majority do. But I was like concerned if the sourdough would or wouldn't. But luckily, the sourdough bread here has 0 total sugars, this is kind of like my guilty pleasure in the morning, this and eggs. So the fact that this doesn't have any sugar is amazing. But one thing that I actually really like the cereal, this almond clusters here. It reminds me of, what is it, Honey Bunches of Oats?
Yeah.
Right? And guess how many grams of sugar this has? Per serving? 20? Well,
Yeah.
a lot. It's 13
Oh, dang.
grams of sugar. And that's for, let's see how much, 3/4 of a cup too. That's actually insane. So,
There's like 20 because no one's eating.
yeah, exactly, yeah, no one eats 3/4 a cup. So basically, like, if you want to have that and 20 grams of sugar in the morning, go for it. I think cereal is, once again, in a time crunch, it has its place, but it is more of a dessert than anything else. So that we're gonna stay far away from cereal this challenge. But once again, it has its place just like anything else, but it is a dessert. It is not a healthy breakfast at all. Neither is, most oats also have a lot of added sugars too. I'll actually show you guys at Kroger the oats I get and how much sugar that has. So we'll be cutting out those kind of oats. But we also need, I'm trying to think, I think, what, eggs and almond milk? No, I think I have almond milk. I think just eggs left, really. Another one of my all-time favorites, muffins, that I think a lot of people like to have, once again, as like a quick breakfast. Guess how much one muffin has?
18.
32. I don't even say it. 32 grams of sugar in one muffin. It has, so it's 360 calories. So for every 10 calories, there's 1 gram of sugar, which is, I think, absolutely insane. And I used to have like 1 or 2 of these for breakfast. They taste really good, obviously, but it's just pure sugar. So yeah, we're gonna get these. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Also, we're getting some eggs. Luckily, eggs I don't really have to worry about. Definitely no sugar added, just to confirm. Yep, 0 sugars added. You can see right there. So we're gonna get a bunch of eggs. So I like to have eggs, pretty much like 4 eggs every morning. So we're gonna get a couple of these. Also, as much as I wanna get these like organic, pasture-raised, large brown eggs, just the difference of $6.49 a dozen for $2.99, right now, just like, I just can't justify it. I know everyone says like, oh, they're organic, pasture-raised. Maybe we'll do like another, once again, probably like kind of one, what I call it, like a trend in the fitness industry is to get all organic or do like the carnivore diet. Maybe we'll get those during this. But for now, as long as we're avoiding sugars, we're good to go. So we're gonna go with the brown eggs. And then Katie wants some too. Do you want just these?
Yeah.
Damn, yours is $2.99 for half a dozen. But she wants to hard boil some eggs just as a quick snack as well. I personally don't like hard boiled eggs, but if Katie does, then we'll get some for her. And then as much as I do still have a sweet tooth, so we're gonna find something. So we have dates here. So they do have some sugar, but it's 0 added sugar, which is the big thing, because lots of fruit, lots of kind of like organic things, natural things do have sugars, but as long as it has no like high fructose corn syrup, no added sugar, that's the big thing we're trying to avoid. So dates are gonna be the sweet treat for the next week. Second stop, so Trader Joe's, what was it, $76, I think?
I don't know.
Right, I think it was 76, I'll double confirm. But yeah, then we're gonna have Kroger, ground bison, which unfortunately every Kroger I've gone to until we just moved recently has never had ground bison. So the fact that they now have ground bison here, definitely gonna be adding this in probably once or twice a week. This time we're gonna do twice a week. I basically eat a pound of ground beef a day as my main protein source. So we're gonna go ahead and add ground bison in the mix along with ground beef. And now we need to go over the bread as well as the oats and kind of show you guys like what I'm trying to avoid and what I might have had in the past that I'm not gonna have this week. All right, so also just wanna go over bread, because I think that's one of the things that people think, it's like not gonna have any sugar. So obviously Wonder Bread I think probably is the one that's the worst. Let's see, yeah, 5 grams of added sugar. See that? And then let's go ahead and let's grab, let's try, what is this? Try home style honey wheat, let's see, or not honey wheat, just whole wheat bread. Let's see how much that, yeah, also 2 grams of added sugar. And then one that I actually personally,
God, you're putting all of them back so wrong.
It's okay, Katie. I only have one hand. I got 2 pounds of ground beef in the other. And then the third one that I personally always used to get, this like the Nature's Own honey wheats. This actually, I used to eat this all the time. Also has 2 grams of sugar. And that's per slice too. So basically if you're having 2 or 3 slices, just go ahead and just double or triple that number. But yeah, we're gonna sit with our ground beef here. And then we also need to find my oats, because I think my oats had like 12 grams if I'm not mistaken. And I feel like I could walk around this entire store and take everything off the shelf and show you that his has sugar in it. But even something as simple as like peanut butter, like Jif, I feel like is a very popular brand. The second ingredient, it goes roasted peanuts and then sugar, is literally the second ingredient on the ingredients list, which is just kind of crazy. So once again, I could feel like I could walk around all day, maybe show you guys. Let's see if Simple Truth has any. This is like a cashew. Okay, so this one's not too bad. Simple Truth, no sugar, but you can see all like the oils and stuff on top of there. So there are a lot of alternatives out there, but I think the biggest thing is that just like there's so much stuff. If it's non-organic, if it's not like Simple Truth, it's probably gonna have some sort of added sugar into it, especially things like, I mean, it's as simple as bread, which I thought would not have any, but we're gonna find that oatmeal real quick and then we're head out, because I could be in here all day picking everything off and show you guys what has sugar and what doesn't. Once again, I feel like I just walk by this stuff and I have to point it out, but even just these little like Entenmann classic donuts, like, oh, like it's so nice, and then you look at where are the ingredients, there we go. 19 grams of added sugar for one donut. And like these little things that the kids eat, these little bites, I think Katie said it was, yeah, like 17 grams of sugar for 4 donuts. Like, and it's crazy. And like, luckily, hopefully, I think most people can look at this and understand, oh, like it's just pure sugar across the board. I think it's always kind of interesting to see, like, oh, like things are marketed for kids, things are like supposed to be like healthier options, like are all gonna have just crazy amounts of sugar. But okay, now we're gonna find the oats and we're gonna leave. So we found the oatmeal. The one I typically got was the Kroger maple brown sugar, less sugar. But even though it's less sugar, it still has 5 grams of added sugar per pack. And I would have 2 packs in the morning. And even something that doesn't have reduced sugar is 12 grams of added sugar. So imagine you just get like the regular one, think, oh, it's fine. 24 grams of sugar first thing in the morning. And then we've got the steel cut oats, which is like the red mills, which is gonna be like the healthier version. And these I don't think have any.
No.
Yeah, like so 1 sugar, but 0 added sugar, which is a great option there. So it's gonna be a little more expensive, but if you're gonna get oats and you want oats in the morning with 0 sugar, you gotta go steel cut. And I think that's what Katie said you started eating.
Yeah, that with unsweetened.
But yeah, so I'm gonna miss my classic proats in the morning for a little while, but that's okay, because we've got our other options, right? We got our eggs, our toast, our ground beef, all that good stuff. So we're gonna check out and then head home. All right, Katie's mad at me. Last thing. So Minute Maid fruit punch. Oh yeah, 110 calories. It can't be that much. 28 grams of added sugar. Not sugar, not like fruit juice, of added sugar. And for the calorie count, 110 grams, 20 grams added sugar. Stop drinking this shit. If you, I don't know who does, but don't drink that. That's a wrap on the grocery haul. From Kroger, all we got was the 2 pounds of ground bison, and that's pretty much what we're gonna be eating most of the week. As I mentioned, we already had some stuff at home that we're making for some dinners. I think we had some ground chicken, we had some, what else do we have? Carnitas, like some pork for some carnitas, stuff like that. So definitely show you guys some meals throughout the week that I'll make, probably like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'll also probably film a full day of eating. That might be a separate video. I'll do like the calorie counts and everything like that, but this video will be more so like the meals I make, the snacks I eat throughout the week, and kind of stuff like that. I mean, that's definitely like the bulk of it, is just making sure that we have the sugar-free, or I guess 0 added sugar all week, see how we kind of adjust. And then I will say the cool thing about it is, even if you kind of go by nutrition labels just trying to avoid added sugar, you're naturally going to eat healthier. You're going to have mostly whole foods. You're going to have fruits, vegetables, meats that are all kind of sugar-free, and then obviously try to limit the added sugars as much as you can. And I think that's a good way to kind of start without even trying to count calories or avoid food groups or anything. Just like kind of avoid foods that have a lot of sugar added, and you can kind of just clean up your diet that way. But without further ado, we'll probably end things here for today. I'll pick up sometime later this week and show you guys some more meals.
This is an example of a 0 added sugar meal right here. We actually had this for dinner. I'm having it again for lunch. It was so good. So first off, we got some rice, very basic white rice, done in the rice cooker, day old, even stickier, even better. We got some carnitas. It's gonna be some pork, a little bit of, what is it, green chilies, onion, and then this seasoning right here. This is this like pork carnitas seasoning. But the biggest thing are the ingredients, which you can see is sea salt, organic black pepper, organic garlic, organic onion, organic chili, organic cumin, and then organic oregano. So very simple ingredients, and this 0 sugar added. We got some homemade guac, so actually just use the last of that. Just avocados, cilantro, a little bit of, what, scallions and lime, something like that?
Nope.
What? Nope. What else?
Red onion.
Oh, red onion.
Not scallions.
Oh, and then we got a little bit of pico de gallo, zero added sugar. This is just from Trader Joe's. And that is our zero added sugar lunch for the day. So you got our rice, carnitas, avocado or guacamole, and our pico on top. Fantastic meal. I'm ready to tuck in, as the Aussies say. This looks so good. And then we got our carbs for post-workout. Then dinner, I'll probably go low carb and have just like ground beef and avocado. But yeah, that is a lunch, a sample of a zero added sugar meal. I'll see you guys in the next one. Unfortunately, my microphone wasn't working for these next couple clips, which is a bummer, but at the same time, you guys don't have to listen to me yap about some nonsense. The breakfast you guys just saw is 4 eggs, 2 pieces of sourdough bread, and I also show my bell peppers and then an orange. Of course, watching Good Mythical Morning in the morning as every morning, or I should say every morning they release an episode. And then the second meal is gonna be a quick snack I had. It was the string cheese as well as an apple. Both very simple, easy, low sugar, I should say no added sugar, as well as relatively healthy meals that have a decent amount of protein, some healthy fats, and then just following the no added sugar bandwagon with a couple more meals. That was a breakfast I pretty much ate the entire week, as well as a common snack I had typically in the afternoon before I had my dinner.
So we are on to the final meal of the week of zero added sugar. Since we started on Sunday, or Sunday afternoon, right? Because we got groceries Sunday afternoon. This is Sunday morning, and I probably won't have my next meal until like Sunday afternoon. I honestly bet it'll still be zero added sugar. I figured I'd go ahead and film the final meal for you guys. So we're cooking up some eggs right now. We've got, this is Katie's bacon, but Katie has some bacon that we're gonna be eating. Well, she's gonna be eating, and we got some russet potatoes with a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper in there. We also been munching on some blueberries, and I also had a banana for breakfast. So keep it very simple, obviously all zero added sugar. I will say in general, I think the best part of kind of like, I won't say a super strict diet like this, but it's fairly straightforward and it keeps you away from processed food. So obviously you're trying to lose body fat. I think a big part of that is trying to limit the high calorie extra processed foods. And the biggest way to do that, I think, is just like if you have any added sugar, it's gonna be something processed. So by just removing all added sugar, you remove processed foods, therefore making the whole kind of like fat loss process a little bit easier in my opinion. But also, real question for you guys, do you season your eggs?
That depends.
Do you add?
Put salt in your eggs. That's the question.
Okay, the question is, do you put salt in your eggs? Because I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna keep it out of Katie's. I'm gonna keep it out of Katie's. So Katie wants one of these eggs. Which one? That one's probably the most lonely. So that one will be yours. But I'm gonna salt mine because I like.
Ew, and you put so much.
Don't be afraid of salt. If you're afraid of salt.
Are you afraid of salt in your eggs?
No, don't be. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just make some eggs. I'm personally just do eggs, potatoes, and I had some fruit as well, and then Katie's gonna have her bacon. But as far as the 30-day, or not 30-day challenge, it's a different video. As far as the week of no added sugar, it was, I mean, there are definitely some things I missed, and there are definitely some things where like if I went to a restaurant, it might be hard to assume that things are zero added sugar. But if you go to a restaurant, you're gonna get like maybe a salad, the dressing might have added sugar, but you don't really know. So don't be too strict on yourself. The biggest thing there is just realizing the less processed food, the better. I think this is a fun challenge. The biggest thing I realized is I love sugar, but mostly like sugar from fruit. So dates were a lifesaver. Oranges, which I'll probably actually have an orange as well. Just natural sugars coming from fruit is definitely my favorite thing in the world. And then obviously minimizing processed food has helped me. I think I'm down like 2 pounds this week, which is mostly attributed to a calorie deficit, as well as increase my steps. At the same time, the biggest thing is less processed food, less kind of like, or less added sugar means less processed food, and that's the big win there. But without further ado, we'll wrap up the challenge here. We do need to go grocery shopping today, but I think I'll probably adapt a lot of things that I did this week and continue to do. But hey, if I want some ice cream, if I want some, what else has added sugar in it that we like?
Ice cream.
Ice cream, yeah, that's our like one thing that like, not our kryptonite, but one of our favorite things. So,
I don't know, maybe like the
or if I want to add some
jam or like.
Yeah, if I want to add some oats or something back in the diet, stuff like that, I'll definitely be still having some form of added sugar at times, because I will say proteins are some of my favorites, especially when I like want a lot of carbs. Right now I'm cutting, so I'm trying to like watch the calories, but we'll definitely be adding some added sugar back in the diet here, but just the frequency will be a lot lower, and the base of my diet will still pretty much stay whole food, single ingredient food, stuff like that moving forward, especially when we're trying to lose body fat. Without further ado, I'll wrap things up here. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.